Okay, I know I'm late to this one. Okay, I got it. Okay, don't stop commenting. But this video is something I wanted to react to for a long time. Of course, I'm way overdue because, you know, the 11 Pro already came out. And this video, the biggest tech YouTuber out there named a video, the iPhone XS has a serious problem. And the moment I saw this video, maybe sometime in last year, I thought, you know, this is insane. What is he doing? Okay, let me explain myself a little bit, but let's begin. Okay, so if you don't know, Unbox Therapy, a very big, you know, YouTuber, has a lot of fan base following, and you know, he's known to be a little controversial after the later case drama and all that. He finally, you know, he gets around to fix it, but then this video is something that has been on my radar for a while. So this video is about the iPhone XS has a serious problem. Now, if you don't remember, last year we had this huge controversy with the gate. So last year what we had was called the charge gate, in what terms, you know, Unbox Therapy put it in. So the problem was that if you plug in your iPhone XS, again this applies only to XS and XS Max, you plug it in, you leave it without turning the screen on, and it simply would not charge. So if you go and plug your phone in and then you just rest it without waking up the screen, the phone simply would not charge. It would only start charging after you tap the display once and it wakes up, then it starts to charge. Now again, full disclosure, I'm not trying to say that this wasn't a problem. This, in all means, was a problem with the iPhone XS, okay? No longer, you know, after the release, but I'm just saying this was a problem when it came out. I'm not trying to defend that, okay? Keep that in mind. But what I personally just want to get through is that he seems to like dramatize this into like a huge problem. Seem like this is like a problem that will never go away. Oh my goodness, this is a fail. This phone is a complete failure. He seems to put it in that kind of a level of dramatization and this kind of, you know, titling, serious problem. It was fixed in a week with a software update, so I don't get it how it's a serious problem. But yeah, so I just wanted to watch through some of the video and show you my reaction to it.
That's a lot of iPhones on the table, and there's a good reason for it. I woke up this morning to an email saying, Lou, I need your help big time. And I was like, what could this possibly be about? This one seems significant. I'm writing you to make you aware of a huge issue with the new iPhone XS Max. When the phone is idle and asleep, it will not recognize the lightning jack and therefore will not charge the phone. It is only after you wake the device up that it recognizes the cable is plugged in. I'm trying to reach someone on a bigger platform to make this issue known to Apple so they can at least let customers know that they're aware of it. Now, this email came along with a link to the discussions.apple.com. That's Apple's official forums, where there are many messages of people experiencing this same issue. And when I saw this, I'm like, I have to investigate. What's he talking about? I've been using the iPhone XS Max and I didn't notice anything, but I've been using it exclusively with wireless charging. So I was like, oh man, this could be a big problem. Are people...
Again, emphasizing how big of a problem this could be. Now, of course, it's not his fault because, you know, he just came to know about it and doesn't know the reason. So it makes sense that he kind of panics over it or something. But yeah, after he gets the email, he just states the facts as normal.
Phones, are we on the verge of some kind of charge gate situation? So I got all the iPhone XS and XS Max.
They're again referring to charge gate, officially a gate now.
To figure out how widespread this, to see if it's strictly related to the operating system, this issue that people are supposedly having. I'll give you a quick breakdown on the complaint as it stands. Some say that when the lightning cable is plugged in to an idle iPhone, an iPhone just sitting on a table, it will not charge. Others are saying that if you tap on the phone and wake it up after the insertion of the lightning cable, then it will begin to charge.
Again, he guesses that it's related to the operating system because, you know, Apple, knowing Apple, they wouldn't release iPhones without, you know, charging capabilities. So yeah, you should definitely take a look at, you know, what could be the potential problems before making such a bold claim. But yeah, he didn't, and that's what leads to this video.
And even waking the device up with the lightning cable inserted will not create an effective charge. This is some crazy stuff. I haven't seen something exactly like this, definitely not on an iPhone launch, that I'm aware of. I noticed that there were a couple of individuals, in fact, many requests for someone like me to make a video on this, because up until now, it appears that Apple doesn't really have an official response. In some cases, it looks like they have replaced devices, but then those new devices have exhibited the same issue. So responding to those people on a platform like this should bring light to it, and hopefully some sort of a software fix, if possible, to address this sooner than later. First things first, let's put all of these iPhones into their locked state.
Yeah, they don't have an official response because this isn't a big problem. You don't need to replace devices just because of a software bug, okay? I get it, you're trying to blow this up to higher standards, but really, if this is the way you're going to frame this kind of a problem, a bug on an OS, a pretty big one, I should admit, but if this is what you're going to frame it as, a huge problem for a software bug, I don't think so.
In the top corner here, I have an iPhone 10. That is, of course, to compare what usually happens or should happen when you plug in an iPhone to the wall outlet. Now we have standard power here, straight from the wall to this extension cord, followed by this power brick. This is the one that ships in the box with the iPhone XS and XS Max, and this is the lightning cable that is also in there. That said, we have tested this issue with third-party bricks, third-party cables, as well as Apple's own 29-watt, more powerful charge brick. The issue is not anywhere here regarding the charger or the cable itself. So here we go. iPhone 10, regular iPhone 10. We've all seen this, we're used to it. This is what you would expect to happen when you plug in an iPhone. Boom, pops up right away. You're aware, you're confident that your device is charging. You can go to sleep now. You'll be fine. Now, if I come down here to the iPhone XS, this is the first in our group. Now, the reason we have so many phones is because we want to see the behavior of each one to maybe get an idea of how widespread this issue actually is. So this is the first iPhone XS. I'll plug it in. Starts to charge right away. That's what you would hope to see. Okay, cool. How about the next one? The XS Max. No charge. It should pop up, of course, if it was charging. It even makes a tone, and you see the icon to indicate. Now, what about if I tap on this one? It starts to charge. So there's something to do with the sleep mode or the idle mode that for some reason is blocking the charge current from coming through, or at least the battery from receiving the charge. This is the most common version of this issue that I've seen. This is the exact issue that's affecting people because they're just plugging it in, going to sleep, and then waking up and it was never charging the entire time. This is another issue that's happening. When plugged in, look at this.
Again, he's stating out the facts, how you tap it and then it starts charging.
Look at this, it refuses to wake up. I've noticed this happening also. So sometimes it will effectively get the charge, but the entire phone will freeze. And this will just be in some weird state for a while now. Plug it back in. Another XS Max. No charge. What if I tap it? Boom, starts to charge right away. As soon as it jumps out of sleep, the charge can take place. Let's keep it moving. Next one up, another XS Max. That one charges immediately. For some reason. Who knows why? Let's move down to the next one. No charge. Another XS Max with the issue. Let's see if we can get a XS to behave like these Maxes, where it's actually not taking a charge upon insertion of the cable. Okay, this device right here, no charge. What if I pick it up? Starts to charge. Very bizarre. It appears it's not isolated to XS Maxes. Let's try this next one. Instant charge. Next one. No charge. That's another regular XS, not charging. What if I tap it? Then it starts to charge. This is so weird. There are some people that have stated that it won't start a charge later on. It will look like it's charging temporarily or say that it's charging, and then it'll stop and it won't kick back in. Some people are saying they have the issue to the extent that they'll have to reinsert the cable or flip the cable around to actually get an effective charge. Okay, this XS Max has been asleep for a bit. Let's plug it in. Even though I'm holding it, still not alive. I tap it, still not charging. So this one has actually exhibited the worst problems of the bunch, and I think if you have a phone like this one, this is a nightmare. You're now plugged in, the phone's awake, and it's still not charging. Show them that it's plugged in, Jack. Plugged in. Is it a software problem? Is it a hardware problem? My gut is telling me it's software. I sure hope it's software. You can read up on this. It appears that Apple does not have an official response as of now. I know a lot of you guys out in the audience, you're like, Lou, why do you keep coming at us with these various smartphone issues?
If this was a hardware problem, they could have quickly refunded all the people, given them a better phone, a phone without those issues. Because this is Apple we are talking about here. They give a damn about your experience. This isn't Oppo, not some random company that doesn't care about your user experience. If you're telling us how, this is a quality control problem or Apple needs to know about this stuff, then why don't you complain about the other smartphones that have issues on them? Like the Pixel 3 with the scratching issues we had? Where's that video? Have you made a video about it? He sure has, and take a look at the verdict.
Most of the marks that you're probably going to see on here, you're going to be able to rub off, but at the end of the day, it is glass. You are not scratch proof here, but it looks like at this point, Scratchgate is more of a scuffgate.
Oh, so the Pixel 3 scratching issues are not a problem because you can just scrub them off with a dishwasher, right? What a excuse and what a solution to a hardware problem that cannot be fixed through software updates. See, I'm not trying to say that he's wrong in any way or he's not a good person. I definitely respect him as a person, but I gotta say, man, you gotta get it together with the smartphone gates or issues. The bigger problems that need to be addressed are not being addressed, and you have that huge audience. You need to give them answers. You can't just write off a phone that it's good, it doesn't have any problems because, this company paid me, or I prefer this phone. If it's an issue, it's an issue, okay? Software issues can be fixed within a week, few days. But hardware issues need a huge mass of people to go complain, and then the manufacturer / design compartment of this smartphone brand, in this case Google, will actually listen. If you don't address stuff that actually need to be addressed, then first of all, you're misleading the viewers, you're misleading the companies. You're thinking that, this isn't such a big problem, YouTubers are writing it off, this isn't such a big problem at all. But then Apple has a small software bug, and then people jump all over it. Oh my god, this phone does not charge as soon as you plug it in. This is a huge problem. We need to write news reports and we need to file a lawsuit against Apple because they made a huge crime. But then Google releases a phone that scratches literally with a coin, and then you just rub it off. Then that's not a problem at all because it's Google, not at all a problem, right? And I just feel like this is very hypocritical video, because if you're going to say that this is a huge problem, give it some factual evidence that it is actually a problem that cannot be fixed within few days, and this needs huge attention. Yes, it's good that you're bringing it on bigger platforms, but you gotta get it together, man. This is not the way to do it, okay? I need to give good respect for this guy, but I have to disagree on some things that he says in some of his videos. Anyways, that's what I think. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this whole fiasco. I know it's been a while, but nevertheless, it's not too bad to go back and look at some of the stuff that happened. A lot of controversies happening with Unbox Therapy recently, so yeah, there you go.